I think one fear that like every Uber and Lyft driver has is, the car breaking down in some sort of way or having some sort of like emergency or safety issue, such as, blown out tire, for example. I had a trip that had a blown out tire, and it happened on the highway. Before we get into it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you have not already done so. Okay, so this story starts many years back. Back when they used to have Uber Pool, if you guys remember that. I know they did away with it for COVID and stuff like that. And I think to this day it still has not come back. But for those of you that don't know, Uber Pool is basically where you pick up multiple passengers along a single route with one trip. And, they get a discounted rate. The driver gets multiple trips in one. Um, you know, basically pros and cons. Anyways, I get the request. I go to the first person, pick them up. Go to the second person, pick them up. It was two girls, right? Probably like, I don't know, age 20, 21, right? Both of them. So we're on our way. We're on the highway, right? And I'm going highway speeds. And that's when I heard it, right? It went boom, like that. Pow. Kabunga, right? Unfortunately. And I instantly knew what was happening, So I look at the dash for confirmation, and the low tire pressure warning came up. And I was like, oh my God, right? I'm freaking out mentally. All this happened in a span of like 2 seconds, right? So I look in the rear view, and the two girls are unfazed. They're like looking at their phones and stuff, which reminds me, some people that request Ubers and Lyfts, yeah, they have a car and stuff like that, but there are some people, they don't have a driver's license, they don't know how to drive, they're not familiar with subtle nuances that happen, like when you're driving. So I could hear it clear as day. It was like, pop, up, pop, up. And when that started happening, that's when they both started looking up like, haha, is everything okay? Like that. So I was like, I looked up, and thankfully, if you guys know Arlington, Virginia, I looked up and I was at the exit for the Pentagon, which has a metro station there. So thankfully, I just pulled off. I drove on the fly. I was like, but up, but we got it. It took about, it wasn't long at all. Maybe like from flat tire to pulling over to the Pentagon into the metro station, it was maybe like 7 minutes. Like, thankfully, no one was hurt. Everything was A-okay. So we got to the Pentagon station, pull over. I get out. Both girls get out, right? So I tell them, I'm sorry this happened. I will contact Uber. I'm sure both of you guys will get a refund, right? And that's that. So the one girl says, how long is this going to take? And then I tell her, I have, my jack in the trunk. I'm going to put the spare on there right now. It's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes. The first girl says, no problem at all. She turns around and just goes to the metro. She said, I'll just take the train. No biggie. Goes right along. The second girl is angry. She rolls her eyes. She's like, ugh, I can't deal with this. Ugh. And she just left. So I'm not sure what she did. She didn't go to the train station. She just like, I don't know where she went. But anyways, I pulled out the jack, took it out, put the spare on. I messaged Uber, told them everything that happened. They told me, don't worry, we'll refund them. But yeah, basically, what I learned was that was a fear of mine. I always wondered, I wonder what would happen if that ever happened during a trip. So long story short, don't freak out. I didn't freak out. Passengers did not freak out. They got refunded. I put the spare on, kept moving. Just that's the most important thing, right? In any emergency situation or any situation in life, which seems like a teeny tiny slight drawback, pack it up, do what you got to do, fix it and move forward. Fix it, move forward, move forward, move forward. That's the most important thing in life.